Paper, pencils, and desks, the tools schools have been using for years to teach their students. But in today's world of technology and innovation, Naperville schools are changing up the status quo. Naperville News Extra's Alyssa Bohenick takes us in the classroom for more about alternative ways of learning.
Elizabeth Kash has become quite the avid reader.
I just finished chapter 12 on The Outsiders, and it was awesome.
But this might not have ever been possible without the use of audio-assisted reading technology. For Elizabeth and other students in her class, reading doesn't come easily. Each student has some type of print disability that prevents them from processing the words on a page.
Students that have a learning disability in reading, such as dyslexia, they oftentimes can't engage in text the normal way that most of us can. There's various other things that go in line with dyslexia, but in general, they're not able to decode on grade level. So when that happens, you have a child that might be in 8th grade, but can't read the words on a page, but he can still comprehend the text.
Looking for a way to help, Jefferson Junior High paired up with Learning Ally, a not-for-profit organization that supports people with reading disabilities by pairing them with audio-assisted technology in the classroom. Through the program, students who have a qualified print disability can listen to a story or text while following in print, helping them decode words and improve their reading skills.
Audiobooks vastly improve how much my students comprehend. If they're reading it to themselves, they'll get some of those main ideas, but sometimes it's so labored or it takes so much time that they kind of give up or they miss some of the main ideas. So when they are using audiobooks, it's just like someone's telling them a story, and we encourage them, you need to be following along. And a lot of these have the words in them, but some of them don't, and so they'll have their book in front of them. So they're seeing it and hearing it. It just aids their comprehension.
Personally, like me, I have a hard time with reading, so the problems that I would run into would be like saying words incorrectly or not understanding when I'm reading because I can't read it or understand it. So with Learning Ally, it reads it to me and I can understand the text and all that now.
District 203 has been using the audiobooks for several years now, but they continue to make a life-changing difference every day.
The audiobooks, some of these students wouldn't be reading without them. Not only because of any difficulties that they have, but because it's too much work, or for whatever reason, some of them won't pick up a book, but they'll pick up a piece of technology and they'll say, oh, let me get on my phone and I can listen to a book, and that's a lot easier for them.
Technology isn't the only new changes in the classroom to help students learn. Sometimes something as simple as a new desk or chair can be just what students need to succeed.
Really what education is about now is really a more active experience, more active, customized experience for students. And the furniture is one of those things that actually help activate the classroom in a very positive way.
With the help of Siepka's designs, schools across District 203 have evolved to include swivel chairs, rocking stools, couch pads, and desks on wheels. But it's not just about modernizing the classroom. It's about modernizing the way students learn.
Students need to move. It's absolutely imperative that they have some outlet for moving in the classroom day. So if they're in a hard chair, if they're in an attached desk, then they can't do that. They are kind of stuck, so they will find some outlet for movement, which is usually going to be disruptive. But in this classroom, they don't need to do any of those things because they can use the outlet, right? They could rock back and forth, they could swivel around. So there's a huge mark in the increase in behavior, in positive behavior.
The idea was brought up during District 203's Future Focus meetings and has some great feedback from the kids.
Like when we're taking a test or a quiz, you can just move your chair around if you need to get focused more, or you just pay attention to your test and not have to worry about finding a comfortable spot, like Ashley said.
If you're feeling tired, you're not compelled to want to fall asleep.
Helping students focus is what Megan Marco is all about.
So each kid has their own special way that they need to take things.
As a special education teacher at District 204, Margot works with a variety of students who need alternative ways of learning in order to keep up with curriculum.
We do a lot of approaches with multisensory, knowing that kids learn with different sensory needs. And so to be able to touch things, to be able to see things, to be able to say things, to be able to do something with the gross motor can sometimes help to incorporate that into their motor planning and so that they're able to understand and remember what they're doing.
Part of the different learning approaches at Fry Elementary School involves incorporating new technology and equipment into their lessons, hoping to encourage students to learn.
And so taking that test format and making it from paper pencil to a computer test. Or we are lucky enough to have smart boards in our rooms. So sometimes just having that smart board is just a motivation as well to get the kids to want to test. So sometimes it's not just a aspect of not being able to write or being able to read, but also a behavioral component where we need to motivate them to want to take the test.
Whether it be improved technology, new furniture, or special learning techniques, Naperville area schools have plenty of tools to help students learn in alternative ways.
The biggest thing is differentiation right now in education, and so for us to be able to differentiate, if we weren't able to do that, they would be stuck. They would not be able to move on, move forward, because with their needs, they can't do the typical learning in the classroom.
I'm Alyssa Bohenik for Naperville News Extra.